Hi there, I'm Rex King. Welcome back to another episode of Straight to Streaming, and today we're talking about the Paramount Plus movie, Finestkind. So, it's nice to talk about a non-Netflix related movie on this show for once. I haven't done that in quite a while. In fact, I haven't talked about a Paramount Plus movie since At Midnight. Surely this movie wasn't as bad as that one, right? Well, it wasn't, but it was a mess. Let's talk about it. Finestkind was directed by Brian Hegeland, I apologize if I mispronounced that name, and follows these two half-brothers, played by Toby Wallace and Ben Foster, who are commercial fishermen who go out to sea. The first time out, the boat blows up, but they're fine along with the rest of the crew. So they end up going on Ben Foster's character's father's boat. The father's played by Tommy Lee Jones. And it's a scalloping boat, and they end up crossing the Canadian border to fish in Canadian waters. And they get caught, resulting in the boat being impounded, and now they must take desperate measures to get the boat back. So, I didn't like this movie very much, partially due to the fact that there is an hour and 15 minutes that is just pure setup before this film gets to its main plot. There is a whole lot that goes on in this movie that does not need to happen before we get to the main plot. I honestly feel like that this film was supposed to be a 4-episode miniseries. They just couldn't figure out how to stretch out the plot long enough to make that work, so they just slammed all these pieces of episodes together to make a 2-hour movie. Problem is that doesn't really work. There is really a lot of this film where was wondering what the movie was going to be about. At first, I thought it was just going to be about two brothers on a commercial fishing boat. But then this, last 45 minutes happens, and that's not what the movie's about. The movie turns into a crime thriller, which I was really confused by that turn. And it felt abrupt. And there's just a lot of moments in the movie that just didn't work. This isn't help that the characters aren't the most developed. When they're focusing on the two half-brothers and their relationship and their dynamic, I honestly think the film is pretty good. When we're focusing on anyone else in the movie, yeah, it's rough, because the film forgot to write these characters as characters, and instead gave them one-note traits. And we all know how much I love that. The other problem is the performers are not great here. Most of the performers are phoning it in. For example, Tommy Lee Jones, a wonderful actor, is absolutely miserable here and is clearly here for the paycheck and did not give this role his all. I'm not even sure he realized what the script was, and he really didn't seem to care the entire time he was on screen. I really didn't like him in this movie. The only person I felt like actually worked was Ben Foster, who did a fantastic job in this film as the ship's captain. I really enjoyed his performance and felt like it was the only performance that was the reason to stick around. Everyone else sometimes tries. Most of the time, though, it results in overacting or just not even close to, caring. The visuals are fine, the set design is pretty decent, and the cinematography is pretty good. I relatively found the visuals to be pretty decent. And the music's not awful, it's just nothing to talk about. At the end of the day, Finestkind is just nothing. It really is nothing. This film has so many plot points that it wants to jam it down your throat, but it doesn't give those plot points enough time to breathe and for you to really get invested in them. It takes the film forever to build up to the actual main plot, and by the time we get there, you're exhausted. And not to mention, the characters are not written well, and the performers clearly didn't care. At the end of the day, this film gets a 4 out of 10 for me. The reason it's not lower is because there were a couple moments that worked, but they're few and far between. And I'll be honest, this film wasn't painful to watch. It's just really annoying to see some half-decent performers do really, really bad work for the most part, and the script just not seem put together at all. Anyway, that's what I felt about Finestkind. What did you think about it if you've seen it? Let me know in the comments below, and if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.